Welcome to Crocheting with ZITELLE. In today's video, we will be crocheting an easy beginner headband. I will show you how to attach a flower to the headband at the end. If you don't know how to make a flower, just refer back to ZITELLE's channel for a how-to beginner flower tutorial. So let's go over the materials that I'm working with today. I have an H hook here. We're using a medium number 4 weight Lions Brands Vanna's Choice yarn. It's very important to test out a square because yarn thickness and size of the hook size will alter the size of the finished project. All right, so let's get started. The first thing that I did here was chain 75. After chaining 75, you're going to single crochet 75 through the back bump. Make sure that you're keeping the chain straight the whole time and it doesn't get all twisted on you because then you'll go in through the wrong spots. All right, so now the first thing you're going to do when crocheting through the back bump is you twist the chain towards you and then you insert your hook through the back bump. It takes some time getting used to crocheting through the back bump, but once you get going, you'll get faster at it. Pull through, yarn over, go through both. Okay, so now keep it twisted towards you, insert your hook through the back bump. I like to pull it through with my fingernail. It makes it easier, but whatever works best for you. I'm gonna do a couple more insert through the back bump just so that you can see yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through both. Okay, you're gonna do this the whole time. Insert through the back bump, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through both. All right, so I'll meet you back right after you complete your 74 single crochet into the back bump, and then we will turn into the next row together. All right, so let's go through our last back bump. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, go through both. Now we have to turn. So we're gonna chain 1, flip our project to the other side, and then we're gonna insert our hook into the very next stitch from the hook. So here's the hook, you're gonna go into the very next one. Insert, yarn over, pull through. All right, so we're single crocheting the whole row. So now, after we single crochet the rest of the row, when you come to the end, you're gonna chain 1 and turn. And again, you're gonna insert your hook into the next stitch to do the single crochet the whole row again. So we have to do this for a total of 13 rows, which means you have 12 more to go. To keep track of that, you can use this Clover clicker that I have. So for example, this is one row, I just click it, or just jot down with a pen and pad each row so that you remember. Now I'm gonna keep doing the rest and I'll meet you back here to go over how to put your headband together. Don't forget to make sure that you single crochet every stitch and don't twist your chain as you're going along. So now with the right sides facing in, you're gonna have to start at this end. Make sure it's lined up perfectly with the other side, and we're not gonna go grab through the front only. We're gonna go grab through both loops on both sides. If you don't know how to do a whip stitch, you can refer back to ZITELLE's channel where we have a how-to video on how to whip stitch. So the first thing you want to do is take your needle and go right through the very end, just once, joining it together. Okay, now stay closest to the top. So when you go through, stay closest to the top because these are not stitches and we're sewing 2 ends together. So we have to judge with our eye how many stitches we will do. So I like to use these lines as a guide when you're lining them up to go through, just as a stitch. So the first one, follow the line, would be right here, and make sure you're staying closest to the top. Okay, use your fingers, feel for where it's closest to the top for you to put it through. Oops, make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, keep going. And you can see I just put it through right here. See, it's close to the top and it's also lined up with that. Okay, keep going. So we're gonna do this all the way to the end, okay? stay close to the top. If you don't stay close to the top, it's just at the end, it's gonna kind of look funny when you flip it inside out. And we don't want that to happen after all your hard work. Okay, keep going. We're almost at the end. And then when we get to the end, I'm going to show you just how to do a finishing knot. Okay. Almost there. All right, so now when you get to the end, I'm going to go through. Then I'm going to go through again, but don't pull all the way. Leave that loop. Pull this, put the needle in and just pull tight. Okay? And then after that, after your finishing knot, we're going to weave it in just a couple of times. So you could flip it back to the right side and then just weave this through a few times. Came off the needle, that's okay. Keep going. Okay, so now you're gonna turn it inside out. And you can see doing it with the whip stitch, it's almost invisible. You can't really see the seam. Okay, so the next thing that you're gonna do is take a piece of yarn about this long, thread it through the needle. Get that ready. Then, with the right side facing in and the seam right here, facing you, make sure it's centered. You're gonna squeeze, so pinch, squeeze in the center on the seam, about a thumbnail size amount. And to judge that you grabbed enough, grab each side and then pick it up. And if it's the same height as the thumbnail size that you pinched in the middle, then you're good. Okay, you can put it back down. And now on this, there's a top hole and then there's a hole underneath it. You're gonna go in the hole underneath it. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna count 6 to the right from the seam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where you're gonna go in first. Okay, when you pull through, leave a little tail. Okay, then you have to go on the other side and feel for that other hole. Okay, go through. And we go back and forth until you get back to the seam. All right, go through the next one. Oh, sometimes it'll grab the tail, just pull it back out. Okay. Keep going. You may have to feel for it. Remember, until you get to the seam. Keep going, I'm almost at the seam. Seam's right here. Okay, I have one more. Okay, so now we've reached the seam. I went through 6 holes on the right side. So now I'm gonna do it again, right below that top hole, but on the left side. So now here's my left side. Here's the top hole. You're gonna count 6 till you get here. So I'm right here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're going to do the finishing knots on both sides, but first check to see if the rouch is the way that you like it. Okay, so it looks good. So now what you're gonna do is the finishing knot. Remember, leave a loop, go in through the new loop, and pull it through. There's your finishing knot. Okay, same thing here, so you have to re-thread it. And it's very short, so this one's a little trickier. Go through and then through it again. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, so now you would weave these back and forth a couple of times. Okay, so you can see here the finished project with the flower attached. Now I'm going to show you how to attach the flower. So the first thing that you want to do is take your hook and put it right through the middle of the seam. Then you're going to grab your flower with the 2 pieces of yarn attached and just wrap them around the hook a couple times. Then bring that hook through the center, and when they're on the other side, just grab them. Okay, make sure that you like where the flower is on the headband. Then you're gonna flip it over, grab your hook, go through a loop that you like, pull one piece of the yarn through, go on the other side, go through another loop, grab the other piece of white yarn, then you're just gonna tie it. Okay, and there you have it, your first flower headband. Now you can see here on mine, I added a little button, but if you don't want to add a button of your choice, you can just keep it plain. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. If you have questions, we'll answer them. If you have comments, we'll read them. See you next time.